What's up, you guys? This is Jenny, and this is our Hellbent yoga class. And today we're going to be working on our hips and opening up our hips a little bit. But we'll also be doing some core strength stuff. Make sure you have your water or whatever it is that you need available. And we'll go ahead and get started. But before we get started, I'll just mention really quickly that, I'm not like a typical yoga teacher. I definitely never in a million years sought out to be a yoga teacher or dreamed of being a yoga teacher or anything like that. It's something that kind of I fell into, and in that space I found that I just love it so much. And I love it not because of the stereotypes of what people think it is, but because it actually helps me to function every single day in a way that makes me feel really good and strong in my body. And I think that's the main thing, that we all want to feel strong, we all want to feel capable, we all want to feel like we can do for ourselves, especially those of us who are in this community of bikers and metalheads and just different, not the social norm, not necessarily matching the social norm. We like the idea of doing for ourselves. We want to be self-reliant. We want to be dependent on ourselves. We don't often want to be dependent on other people. And this is the kind of stuff that if you do it a little bit every day, it doesn't have to be a lot. This is the stuff that keeps you from ever having to get to that place where you can't do for yourself at an early age, right? So we really want to make sure that we're taking care of our bodies and doing the things that we know that we need to do. You don't have to have a certain body type. You don't have to have a certain level of knowledge or anything like that. Especially this class, it's badass for those people who just don't have any knowledge at all of what yoga is and just need to learn to live in their bodies a little bit better with more ease. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. You have your playlist that I sent you and you want to listen to that while we're practicing, and you can go ahead and turn that on now. And we're going to start in our easy seated posture, just like we always do, grounding through the sits bones. So sits bones, the glutes connect to the earth. And just close your eyes and breathe into your body. And give your body permission to come into alignment, to make that spine nice and long and straight. Feel that lifting through the crown of the head. Tuck the chin just slightly back and down. And taking the breath a little bit deeper. So drawing your breath all the way down into the belly now, so that on your inhale, the belly rises up away from the body, and on the exhalation, you're taking the navel point towards the spine so that you can fully expel all of the stagnant air in the lungs. Keep those eyes closed as you breathe in the body, drawing your attention back inside of yourself, away from all of the mental lists and the things that you need to do and the distractions that keep us from coming back inside of our own selves. We're going to leave all that stuff behind and come back into your own body. Draw your awareness inside of yourself. And just take mental note of how you're feeling today, what's going on. How does the body feel physically? How does it feel emotionally, energetically? Really slow and gentle. Whenever you're ready, we're going to allow those eyes to open up. You're going to inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale fully and completely and release the chin to the chest. Start to take those gentle neck circles. And we've talked about this before. You always want to be really gentle and safe on the neck, never pressing or forcing. Remembering never to push into pain or tingling or numbness. Watch out for your body. If you notice any tension, pause and send the breath into that space. Next time you find the chin of the chest, draw your rotation in the opposite direction. Inhale from the front to back and exhale from the back to the front. We're going to inhale back to center. We're going to come into our Sufi grind. So inhale, and then exhale, hinging forward from the hips. So you're just hinging forward from those hips. Crown of the head is angled towards like the corner of where the ceiling meets the wall. God, I cannot spit that out today, y'all. Sorry. And then start to take that rotation through the entirety of your upper body in the same direction you began your neck circles. So you're taking the entire body around the base of the spine now, but keeping those sits bones grounded into the earth, both sits bones grounded into the mat, even when you're rotating side to side. And we're always matching our breath with our movement. So inhaling from the front to the back and exhaling from the back to the front. Keep your spine straight. We don't want to arch our spine or round through our spine. We want to keep that spine nice and straight. Next time you find yourself towards the front of your rotation, take it in the opposite direction. Inhale, rise back up into your neutral, easy seated posture. We're going to inhale, lift those arms up. Elbows are going to be directly in alignment with the shoulder. Palms of the hands are going to be forward. Fingers spread wide. You're going to inhale and twist the spine towards the left side. Exhale and twist the spine towards the right side. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. You can close your eyes and draw your attention back inside. And you can take that twist as deep as it feels comfortable and safe on your spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release those hands down onto those knees. We're going to take some gentle shoulder circles here. So we're going to inhale up on the back side, exhale down towards the front. Inhaling up, exhaling down, rotating that circle forward. You can close your eyes. Keep them open. Even this stuff, it doesn't seem like it's such a big deal, you know, some of these movements, but they're so core strengthening that you get so much stronger than you think, so much faster than you think you will when you do them. And not just that you're getting stronger, you're getting more flexible and open. So you can do things that you weren't able to do before, like touch your toes and tie your shoes without having to sit down and lift your foot up towards yourself. Just different things. Take that rotation backwards now. Or you can just bend over and tie your shoes and do whatever you need to do. releasing those shoulders back down towards their neutral space. We're going to sweep our right hand behind our right glute. Left hand comes to the outside of the right leg, just underneath the knee joint, never on top of it. You never want to put pressure on your joints. And then you're going to gaze over your right shoulder if it feels safe on your neck. Probably going to hear my door creaking open and shut because I had to leave it open so I can get a little air. Take the twist to the opposite side, so your left hand comes behind your left glute this time. Right hand comes to the outside of the left leg and gazing over your left shoulder this time. And come back to center and twist the spine. You're going to take your hands on the front of your shin bones down. So if you don't have time for what we call cat-cow, when we get on our hands and knees in that tabletop position, we do our cat-cow postures. You can also do spinal flexations in a seated posture. So you're going to take your hands and you're going to grip the front of your shin bones. Inhale, you're going to press your heart space past your biceps. Exhale, you're going to round through the spine. But we're not going to take our chin to the chest. You're just going to keep that chin level to the earth. So you're going to inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Continue on. There was the biggest old mama wolf spider over here. So if you guys see me moving or pushing her along, then you'll know exactly what I'm doing. But she is totally wanting to practice with us today, and that might freak some of y'all out. Y'all have to deal with that. I got a lot of people, friends who are scared of spiders. We had the biggest chicken snake in our garage the other day. It was so huge. It's like, thank goodness they eat the stuff that you don't want. Otherwise, we'd have to get rid of it, but they're not poisonous, so we keep it. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fully and completely. Inhale. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees in that tabletop position. Make sure those shoulders are stacked on top of the wrists, hips are stacked on top of the knees. You know, depending on how tall or how long your arms and legs are, you know, it may not be a totally flat tabletop. Yours may angle upwards or downwards. You know, mine angles upwards because I've got super long arms. So it is what it is. It's not that we're looking for this perfect posture that you're going to find on Instagram or Pinterest or some shit like that. We are looking to do the posture in the way that our body does it. All of our bodies are built differently. We're all going to achieve this posture in different ways. And it's all good, okay? So starting on the left side, we're grounding through that right leg. We're going to inhale, lift it up. Take that knee into alignment with the hip. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Exhale, take it down. We're going to switch to the other side now. Inhaling up to the right side. Exhale, take it down. Exhale, release. Just shift those hips side to side for a moment. Pressing one hip out and then the other. Come back to center. And we're going to take a rotation through our hips. So we're going to kick back, bring it up and around. So take that circle in towards the body. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Drop that knee into the mat. Take it to the opposite side. Inhale up, exhale down. Release that knee down into the mat. We're going to take a donkey kick now. So starting on our left side, we're going to work our glutes. So we're going to inhale, kick up, knees in alignment with the hip. Sole of the foot is parallel to the sky. Inhale up, exhale down. Exhale, release. Take it to the opposite side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Release that knee down into the mat, shifting those hips from side to side. Release any tension from any of those postures or exercises. And then come back to center, curl your toes under, press your hips into the sky, downward facing dog. Releasing the heels towards the earth. If you cannot release your heels towards the earth, you can take a gentle bend in your knees if you need to, or if you have to be a little higher on your toes, that's okay too. We don't have to start off with our heels on the mat. We're just working towards releasing them towards the earth, okay? Inhale and shift your gaze towards the top of the mat. Take some little steps towards the top, or you can just float towards the top of your mat. If you're an experienced yogi, keeping your feet about hips width distance apart. I want you to hang in your forward fold for a moment. Releasing the weight of the crown of the head towards the earth. So just let it hang. You don't want to hold your head up at all. You can shift your weight from side to side or remain in stillness. You can even take your pinkies and tuck them into opposite elbow creases. Just listen to your body and take the necessary movement that feels the best to you today. Come back to center. I want you to pick up your feet, pick up those toes, not your feet, excuse me, and drop your toes back down into the earth. But we're going to create a little space between each toe as you release it down into the earth. Bend those knees just a little bit so that you can roll upwards and draw those arms overhead. Take those hands to touch. And you're going to drop those thumbs into your breastbone. Close your eyes and breathe into the body for a minute. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Inhale, press the fingertips into the sky. And exhale, swan dive forward, pressing your energy the whole way down. Inhale, you're going to half lift. Crown of the head points directly in front of you. Thumbs are planted in the breastbone or the palms of the hands gently resting on the shins. Exhale, release the fingertips down into the earth and roll up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, super slow. Arms come overhead. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you drop the elbows down. Palms of the hands are still shining forward. Inhale, reach the fingertips upwards, and exhale, hinging for the hips. Diving forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release the hands down into the mat, bend through the knees just a little bit and roll up through the spine. One more time. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, fingertips rise up. And exhale, diving forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release the fingertips into the earth, and inhale, roll up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Arms are going to come overhead. You're going to point your pinkies towards each other as those arms are lifted into the sky. It's going to turn your forearms towards one another just a little bit. Grounding through all four corners of both feet, nice and sturdy through both feet. We're going to exhale, bend those knees. Keeping your pelvis tucked underneath your body. You don't want it pressed out and back. You're going to keep that pelvis tucked underneath your body, so you're engaging your core here. And you're gazing forward. This is called our Utkatasana or fierce pose. Some people also call it a chair pose. I like fierce pose better. So just breathe into the body as you hold this posture for a moment. Biceps are hugging the ears. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, releasing the hands into the earth. Step it back for your downward facing dog. We're going to start on our right side here. So we're going to inhale, lift up through your right leg. Exhale, you can bend the knee. Rotate your ankle. Do your best here and modify when you need to. Inhale, lengthen through that leg. Exhale, we're going to round through our spine and pull the knee in and through for a little lunge. If it doesn't push all the way through, you can take your hand and lift that foot forward. Make sure that your front knee is stacked on top of your ankle. And then you can either remain high on the back toes, or you can drop that foot into the earth. Heel is in alignment with the heel of the foot in front of you, or the heel, the front heel, that right heel, is dissecting the arch of the back foot. The back toes are going to be out towards the left side of your mat at a 45-degree angle. So once you get into position, use your core to inhale and rise up, drawing those fingertips into the sky. And just sink into your posture here. I need to step back a little bit. And breathe. We're going to hold this posture for just a moment. Both of your hip points need to be pointed directly in front of you. You don't want your left hip cocked out to the side. You're going to make sure that both of those hips are pointed directly in front of you. You're grounding through the ball of your left foot, or the sole, the inner arch of your left foot, or through that front foot. Excuse me. I'm having trouble talking, y'all. Bear with me. On your next exhalation, we're going to find our warrior two. So we're going to drop that back foot, pivot it, and release the sole of the foot completely into the mat. If you haven't done so already, parallel to the back end of your mat, bending through that front leg so that that knee is stacked on top of that ankle, reaching through those arms. Fingertips are pointed in opposition of each other. Left fingertips towards the back wall, right fingertips towards the back wall. We're going to flip our hands so the palms are face up, and then gaze over the right fingertips if it feels safe on your neck. This is some of those postures that when you first start doing them, you want to move out of them really quickly, but holding the posture is going to help build your strength in your body, that core strength, which is that super important strength that gives us the ability to be super functional in our body as we age, okay? We're going to inhale and lengthen through our front leg so that both legs are straight now. Release your left hand down your left thigh. Reach those right fingertips into the earth. Take your gaze upwards. You can sink back down, but dig through that front knee if you want to. Really reaching through those fingertips towards the sky. On your next exhalation, you're going to straighten through that front leg once again. Take both of your toes towards the left side of your mat. And this is what we're going to call our Pasarita five-pointed star. So with those legs open up, they don't have to be super wide. Just take them as wide as feels comfortable to you. Open up through those arms. Fingertips are spread wide. Gaze is towards the sky. Breathe into the body for a moment. And then on your exhalation, we're going to drop our hands behind our back, just like so. Clasp those hands. And you're going to exhale, hinge forward from those hips, lifting those fists into the sky. If that doesn't feel safe and comfortable, release the hands and just place them on the ground underneath your heart space. Okay? So just listen to your body. And whatever version of that posture feels best to you. Your toes are going to be out about 45-degree angle here. Use your core energy to inhale and rise back up. And we're going to drop down into our goddess pose here. Now, dudes that are doing this and stuff, like, don't freak out that we're doing goddess pose. That's just what we call it. It's really going to be helpful for opening up through our hips. So you can take your hands at heart center, bend through the knees, drop the tailbone towards the earth. So you're going to root your tailbone directly towards the earth. Again, keeping that pelvis tucked underneath your body. You don't want the duck butt where you're pressing your butt out. And just breathe. Sink it a little bit lower if you can. Inhale, press into those legs, lengthen through them. Take a deep breath, and then exhale, bend those knees, sink back down. This time we're going to release our hands down just over our knees, like if you're playing softball or baseball or something. But we're going to turn our fingers so that they're inside of the thighs. We're going to exhale, drop your left shoulder in towards the center of the body. You can take your gaze over your right shoulder if that feels safe on your neck. Exhale, take it back to center, and then drop the opposite shoulder. Excuse me, that should have been an inhale, and now we're exhaling. Gazing over the left shoulder, this time it feels safe on your neck. And then inhale, take it back to center. We're going to take those toes directly forward this time. We're going to reach our arms out in front of us. We're going to bend through our left leg, shifting our weight over that left leg. If that feels comfortable and safe, if it doesn't, you can just hold that forward fold posture, okay? Inhale up. Exhale, take it over the right ankle. Shift the weight to the right side. Inhale up, arms come overhead. Exhale, hinging forward. Releasing those hands down into the earth. Walk your feet towards each other. And step it back for your downward facing dog. So that we can take it to the opposite side this time. Inhaling and lifting up through the left leg this time. Exhale, bend the knee and rotate the ankle. Inhale, lengthen through the leg. And exhale, pulling it all the way through for a low lunge. And then, once you get those feet grounded, take the same expression on this side as you did on the other. So if you release your foot fully down into the mat, then go ahead and do so. But whenever you're ready, use your core strength to inhale and rise up and sink into your posture, this warrior one posture. Breathe. Exhale, warrior two, palms of the hands, rise up, gazing over those front fingertips. Lengthening through the front leg, release the right fingertips down on the right thigh, lift the left fingertips into the sky. If you want to bend that knee and sink into it, feel free for your exalted warrior. Exhale, take it down. Both of those feet are going to come towards the side of the mat. Open up through those arms. Prostrate, five-pointed star. Gaze into the sky if it feels safe on your neck. And then exhale, take those hands, drop them behind your back, clasp those fists, those hands, interlock the fingers, and exhale, hinge forward from the hips, lifting the hands into the sky. Inhale, super slow and gentle rising up, coming into that goddess pose. Hands come to heart center. Exhale, bend through the knees. Toes are out on a 45-degree angle. Make sure that pelvis is tucked under your body as you root your tailbone towards the earth. Inhale, lengthen through those legs if you need to. If not, continuing to bend through those legs. Release those hands down towards the inner thighs, over the knee joint, never on top of it. Releasing the right shoulder down first this time, gazing over the left. Take it to the opposite side. Left shoulder drops in, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale and rise back up. Take those toes back straight directly in front of you, pointing directly in front of you. We're going to reach those fingertips out in front of us as we hinge forward from those hips and shift your weight over the left side this time first, or the right side, excuse me. Inhale, lengthen through those legs, and exhale, drop it over the left side. Inhale, lengthen through the legs. Reach those arms into the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Release those hands underneath your heart space. You can take a moment just to take some gentle movement here. Shifting your weight side to side. Take a gentle bounce. Twisting from one side and then the other. Just listen to your body. And then we're gonna walk those feet about a little more than hip-width distance apart. Toes are out at a 45-degree angle. Exhale, release the glutes all the way down towards the earth. Now, this is a posture that can be really difficult initially when you first start practicing. So if you're finding this to be hard and those heels want to lift up away from the mat, you can actually put like a rolled up towel or something underneath to support the arches of the feet. Otherwise, you're going to keep those feet grounded into the earth. Elbows come inside the knees, hands heart center. Long through the spine and breathe into your body. And then exhale, release the fingertips down into the earth. Inhale, press the glutes up into the sky. Walk those feet together now. And we're going to come into our frog squats here. So on our inhalation, the legs come long. You drop the crown of the head towards the earth. Nose moves towards the knees. On the exhale, you drop the knees out to the side, drop the glutes down towards the heels, and the gaze comes forward as you lift the head up. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to do 5 more of these at our own pace. There's a guru that does 108 of these every day when he wakes up. So he must be freaking muscle all over, because this is one of those that you're going to feel later. Exhale, take it down. Draw the knees towards each other. Release them down into the mat. Uncurl your toes. Drop your glutes down towards your heels. We're going to drop our right hand behind our right foot if it feels safe. Inhale, lengthen through the left arm. Reach those fingertips towards the back wall. Drop the crown of the head towards the back wall and gaze towards the sky, only if it's safe on the neck. Otherwise, keep a neutral gaze, right? Just like so. Exhale, take it down. Drop it towards the opposite side. Exhale, release. And we're going to drop our forehead down towards the earth. Fingertips reaching back towards the feet. And just breathe into your body in this child's pose posture. Take some deep breaths. Inhale and rise up. Drop those glutes down into the mat. Swing the legs around in front of you. We're just going to open up through our hips here. So we're going to plant the soles of our feet into the earth. And then we're going to take one foot down. Draw the heel in towards the glutes. I cannot talk, y'all, today. I'm so sorry. Tongue-tied, man. And then we're going to take our left leg into our arms. So if you can, you put that foot or that knee into the crook of your right arm. Left hand is gently holding onto the outer edge of the right foot. And just take some gentle movement. Swaying side to side. You can take some movement here, like a circular motion with the foot, guiding with the hand. Shift the weight side to side. If you want to, you can even take that foot into the crease of the left arm so that you're cradling that leg with both arms. And just shift the weight side to side. Release that foot down. Take both of the soles of the feet, plant them into the earth. Stabilize yourself by resting the hands into the mat, shifting the knees from one side to the other, dropping them down to one side, and then the opposite side, releasing any tension out of those hips. And then we're going to take it to the opposite side. So we're going to drop the right leg into the earth this time. Take the heel in towards the body, bending through the left leg, resting that knee into the crook of the left arm. Right hand can grab onto the outer edge of the left foot, take the movement, or cradle that lower part of your leg in both arms. Just listen to your body. Release that leg. Both feet come back into the mat. Support the body, dropping the knees from one side and then the other. Take the soles of the feet back into the mat. Walk the heels up towards the body. Press the soles of the feet in towards each other. We're going to grab onto the outsides of those feet. You can interlock your fingers underneath. Inhale and lengthen through the body. Exhale, release the chest, the heart space towards the feet, and the forehead towards the mat. And breathe into your body. Super slow and easy, rising back up. Take those knees together by gently pressing the hands on the outside of those legs until the legs find each other. We're going to take a seated figure four stretch. So keeping that left foot grounded into the earth. Take your left leg and bend it. Not so that the ankle joint is resting on the top of the thigh, but just over that ankle joint. You can relax those hands into the mat to support you. Or you can take your hands in that figure four and hold yourself upright. Clasping the hands underneath the right thigh. You can even press the left elbow into the left thigh, opening up through those hips just a little bit more if you feel like you need a little deeper stretch. And exhale, release. Take your hand and uncross that leg so that you can take it to the opposite side. Bending the right leg this time, placing that just over the right ankle on top of the left thigh, just underneath the knee. Take the same expression on this side as you did on the other. So if you clasp your hands underneath the right thigh, or the left thigh, excuse me, go ahead and do it again. Or if you put the hands behind you to support yourself, and do it again on this side. Take the same posture on this side as you did on the other. Exhale, pick up that leg, drop the soles of the feet back down into the earth, drop the knees from one side and then the other. We're going to extend through our legs now. We're going to open up. We're not trying to do the splits here. We're not trying to like see how far we can spread our legs or any of that stuff. We're going to place our hands inside of our legs and inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then on your exhalation, you're going to walk your hands out until you start to feel that nice stretch on those hamstrings. And just breathe into your body. Keep the spine nice and straight. You can walk it out a little bit further if you feel like you can. One more time, if you can walk those fingers a little bit closer in front of you, a little bit farther out. And then on your next inhalation, you're gonna walk those hands super slow back towards the body. Take the legs together. Inhale, arms come overhead. Reach those fingertips upwards into the sky, and then exhale, hinging forward from those hips. You're gonna release those hands down, either wrapping the fingers around under the bottom of the feet, or resting your hands somewhere along the shin bones, never on the kneecaps, but you can place your hands on the thighs, or the shins, never the ankles, but the feet. Breathe into your body. Inhale, rise up, drawing the palms of the hands back up towards the hip crease. Bend your knees. Inhale and lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, super slow, release the spine, vertebra by vertebra, all the way down into the earth. Nice controlled movement. Palms of the hands come out to the side of the body. And then on your next inhalation, take the knees in towards the chest and just checking out my spider friend, see if she's still chilling over there by my Buddha. Make sure she's not trying to crawl up on my head or something. So keep those knees into the chest. And then we're gonna hold on to just the right leg. Inhale, lengthen through the left. And exhale, super slow, take it down. Use your strength. We're not gonna use the momentum of gravity. We're gonna use our strength. It's super slow and gentle. Control the movement all the way down. Lengthening through the right arm. Left hand comes outside of the right leg and pulls it across the body. Keep your shoulders grounded into the earth. Doesn't matter how far you can pull your leg across. We're not in a contest. You're just drawing it across, balancing out both sides of the body. This is a great detoxification posture. So if you need to detox, this is a really good posture for detoxing the body, especially your digestive system. Keep breathing. And then untwist really slow. Take the knees back into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Holding on to the left leg. Inhale, lift up through the right. And exhale, use your strength to release it super slow down into the mat. Reach out through the right arm this time. Left hand comes outside, or right hand comes outside the left leg to pull it across. And then gazing over the left fingertips this time. Keeping both shoulders grounded into the mat. And just breathe. Starting to wind down so we can finish our practice. Untwist the spine, super slow. Take the knees back in your chest. Then we're going to take our hands to the outside edges of those feet, pull the knees in towards the armpits for that happy baby posture. Take some movement or remain still, whatever feels good. This is one of those postures that's really great for opening up those hips. And when you ride, this is important to keep those hips open so that you can stand sitting on your bike for long periods of time. So that you can do what you need to do, so that you're not hurting. Your hips aren't popping out. Or aching, Whenever you're ready, you're gonna let go of those feet and stretch out those legs long in front of you. Take those arms down to frame the body. Palms of the hands can be up or down, pressing into the mat. Now I want you to close your eyes and sink into your breath for your final Shavasana corpse pose. Long, deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Independence is so important to people like us. Like we're on the fringe of society, right? And we like to be independent. We like to be able to do for ourselves, not have to rely on other people. But so often we don't even take care of our bodies the way that we need to, so that we can continue to have the independence that we desire. And just a small commitment every day, doing a full yoga class once a week, little things like that. It's the little stuff that creates your ability to have that same kind of independence, the ability to do the things that you love for longer. So make sure you're investing in yourself as much as you're investing in your bike, as much as you're investing in your gear, as much as you're investing in the rest of the stuff. Invest back in yourself. The life in front of you is way more important than the life behind you. So make sure you're doing what you need to preserve your body, your mind, your heart in a way that pulls you into the future, in a way that you experience more of what you want and not what you don't want. Pull those knees back into your chest. Give yourself a moment to rock side to side a little bit, or back and forth, up and down on the spine. It's so good for you to do that rocking and rolling up and down on the spine. This rocking motion, where you have the knees into the chest and you're rocking up and down, pushes your cerebrospinal fluid into all of the nooks and crannies of your spine, which totally saturates your spine with that cerebrospinal fluid. That's the only place in your body that doesn't have its own pump, so we need to move it manually. That's one of the best postures you can do for that, and it preserves that cerebrospinal fluid. It preserves the spine, the central nervous system, excuse me, that's what I was trying to say. Giving you the ability to act faster, to move efficiently, for the body to do what it's told to do when you want it to do it. Then rock and roll yourself up into a seated posture so we can finish our practice today. We're going to finish with 3 long deep breaths. Take those hands into your heart space and inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale fully and completely through the mouth. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Satnam. Namaste. Satnam, I am truth. Truth is my name. Truth is my identity. I am what I am. This is what you see is what you get. Namaste. I appreciate that in you too. I appreciate that you are who you are without the desire to change you, just allowing you to be whatever, who and what it is that you want to be. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And remember to put some of these postures in your back pocket when you're doing these postures. You find something that feels really good. If you feel that deep stretch, you know you need it, do it more. Okay? I'll look forward to seeing you guys next time. Enjoy your summer. I'll see y'all later.